Okay, you're on candid camera.
You want me to explain then when I get here too?
Yeah, if
So
you want, but
I'm going to transfer them into this box. So in order to make enough room in here, I'm going to take these two frames out.
all right.
I'll put those in at the end after everybody is in there.
And I have the little strip on the bottom. You call it the isolator or the narrower little thing in there. I have that's
Entrance reducer.
in. Okay, the reducer. Okay, that's in the right spot. It's a little back a bit, but
Yeah, keep it for if you want to be able to get a hold of it too. Alright, so we'll open this one up and take the top box off so we can transfer the deep box down first.
so the fact that they're on top and they're just sitting there, is that because they're a little bit cool and sluggish, or are they
No,
just
they're just
hanging out?
they're hanging out, they're looking at me, they're saying, what's going on, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, who turned on the light?
Yeah.
All right.
They're not acting aggressive at all. They're just looking, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's a lot of bees.
So I use my hard tool like this end so that I can wedge these apart and profiles them together. I like my hook. I can lift that frame up. And very important, I'm going to put these frames into here in the same...
In the exact same order.
Yep.
All right.
Feels like the wind's died down a little bit. I'll take a quick peek, see if you can see the queen.
Boy, if you're not into bugs and bed bugs and stuff, this would be a bad hobby. Because they just walking around like that's kind of creepy crawly.
Them?
Yeah,
Oh, I
just
think it's
seeing the
beautiful.
surface walking around, it's beautiful, but
We've got brood. Looking for the queen.
that's amazing.
So, you know, they don't really care about me at all. They're busy doing their thing. And I don't see the queen on that one. And I get a couple that are coming out.
Once one does, do they all start? It's like, oh,
Sometimes they send an alarm pheromone out that tells the other ones you need to attack. You got more brood.
big clump on the bottom there of honey or hive.
That's what happens when you put a medium frame into a deep box. They glue it down. And she's grown. Didn't see the queen yet. Cut through the superseded cup.
So the bottom that I have in there that's got all the graph and the numbers on my hive, should that be pulled out?
The graph.
The little plastic sheet that's underneath mine.
Oh, no, that should stay on.
You don't have yours in there or whatever, so not the not the mesh, but the little plastic thing that's got
That should stay in.
the grid.
For now until it gets warm.
All right.
I don't see her down here. And now I'm going to put the
Newer ones.
extras on the outside. I'm going to slide these over all together so I can fit that one in. And then we're going to put, I like to use my tool to make sure they're all tight against each other. If you don't have the right, if there's too much space, they'll build extra foam and make a mess. And I put this on, I can put it on and then slide it in case there's bees that are on the edge so I don't thwart them.
All right.
Same thing here, I'm going to take these two out while we still firm.
So technically the queen could be in the top part here.
Yeah, I
All right.
suspect she is because I didn't see her down there. Yeah, lift this up. This one's a little heavier. We've got honey in there.
So I see your yeah, your hole is facing up on that. Okay.
The slot goes up.
Yep.
Yeah. So same thing on this. I'm gonna put it in the exact same order. You can see that's capped honey. Both sides.
So if I do what you're doing,
Lots of nectar right there. Say that again.
if I do what you're doing, can I move one?
Sure.
That's okay. You pause. Keep going.
Well, I was going to say,
That's okay.
I'm getting the brood right
Yep.
now.
Okay.
But when we get over
The last
here,
ones, yep.
Yep.
I've learned when hatching my chicks, don't get overzealous because you will kill them. Don't help them crack out because you're only speeding up nature. So, I'm okay watching.
Yeah, this is where the queen might be somewhere. You see all that brood. So the queen looks a little bit different. What you're doing is you're looking for something that looks different walking on there. She's a little bit bigger, but there's several ways you can find her. The bees all face towards her, usually like in a flower pattern. You see how they all move quickly though, so you have to look quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a drone right here. You can see he looks differently. You see him at the top there?
Yeah, he's got like a bigger butt.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the coloring. It's just a big black butt.
When looking for the queen, you're looking for
Different.
one that looks different.
And that smoke that you got going behind you, is that kind of, even though it's just slightly coming over here, is that actually helping some?
So you notice that oh, here's the queen. She's right here. See her? See how long her butt is? Her abdomen?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and they're following her.
So she's looking for a place to lay.
Cool. So she's got the black butt like a drone, but it's slender.
Yes.
And the other ones that look colorful, the typical bee looking color, those are the honey makers? Or what are they
Say
called?
that again? The
The-
worker bees.
The worker bees, the ones with the stripes on their butt and everything like that, the ones that are more plentiful there, those are the worker bees.
Those are the worker bees.
They go out and get all the honey and or the nectar and all whatever.
Yep. So you notice that I didn't use the smoker on these guys. And typically I don't use smoke unless they start coming out at me, then I might use a little bit of smoke. If there's a lot coming out, I'll use more smoke. So do you want to do these last two?
Sure. I'm gonna ask you to come around here so you can hold this on here, and then I'll take the tool and I'll go around. But
Right like that?
yeah, you'll be able to say goodbye to the wolf. Okay, now
So you want to wedge it apart.
I'm gonna wedge it apart a little bit like we did.
Yep. Trying not to kill the bees. If you do it slowly, they get out of the way.
I cannot even believe I'm in here doing it. This is too cool. I cannot believe.
See the capped honey on this end?
Oh my gosh. Welcome to here. Thank you guys. Thank you very much, please. Come on down. Come on down.
Nice, and so now you want to get one of those extra frames.
Put it on that side.
Yep.
And then I slowly move this over to meet it.
Yep, if you use your hands to push on both sides of the frame at the same time.
Scoop. They're all over.
Yeah, they'll move out of the way. Alright, so you got enough room to put the other one in.
It looks about evenly spaced.
Nice. Good.
And then this goes above it.
Yes. So
With this up.
before we put that on though, I'm going to shake all the rest of the bees in there. So if you
Okay.
want to come back
I'll come
and
back around that way.
uh,
I must admit, I was a whole lot less nervous than I thought I would be.
yeah.
Watching you do it and watching them not freak out, I was like, all right, I just got to be methodical about it, and they won't mind.
Right. And
Oh,
that's
here's
the
your
thing.
tool.
If you're nervous, the bees can sense it,
Yeah.
and so that's why you want to at first have full protection so that you're not nervous at all. So I'm going to shake those bees, and they're going to fly off. So most of them they fall and they say, "Oh, I don't know what happened." Okay, here I am.
So would you even like smoke that hive that you're taking away to make them come off of it, or?
No, I think that if I shake it, they'll. What smoking does is it calms the alarm pheromone. I remember I said that when something is scaring them, they send out an alarm pheromone, and that tells the other bees we need to go attack whatever is attacking
Okay.
our hive. The smoke actually masks that pheromone some.
Ah,
It also makes them think that there's a fire and that they need to go fill up on the nectar so that they can fly off and survive.
so it's more removing the aggressive part and putting in there, I got to hurry up and pack and leave.
Yep. And so I don't like to smoke any more than necessary.
Me neither. Ha! That was
But
a pot
it is
joke.
important when you're working like with this that you have your smoker going, because like you said, you could have an accident, trip, fall over, knock the whole thing over. So you want to have the smoker going and access to it.
The lid is at an angle there.
Okay. So actually, we want to slide this over.
Do you want me to come help, or
I think I've got it.
there's a rock on that side there as the wedge?
Oh,
You sure?
it's stuck on something. It doesn't slide easy. There. There. So then you can put a rock back in there to wedge it, but a small piece of wood. So ideally, I said to have it level, but you actually want to have it tilted just slightly forward so that any rain that gets on that landing
Would run
board-
down. Yep.
So I think that they're having trouble finding this hive now. So what I'm going to do is take out that entrance reducer entirely. And hopefully they then find that. And then later on, I'm actually thinking, depends. I guess the smaller one for today. See, they're coming back towards this hive because that's what they think is their hive. So I'm going to move these out.
That's why I was asking about smoking that other hive to get them off of it, since it's their familiar place.